위쳐 여행기 28일차를 시작해 보겠습니다. 와, 마이크가 망가져서 오디오 세팅을 하는데 지금 헤드셋으로 하다가 저기로 바꿨거든요. 그냥 집에서 평소에 쓰는 이어폰으로 바꿔서 어쩔 수 없이 지금 이가 없어서 잇몸으로 때우는 중인데, 혹시나 이상한 소리나 지직거리는 잡음이나 아니면은 제 뭐 헛기침 소리라든지 거친 숨소리가 들리더라도 부디 이해해 주시길 바랍니다. 제가 마이크를 구할 돈을 수중에 넣을 때까지 일단은 이 이어폰으로 진행을 한번 해보겠습니다. 소리랑 마이크 세팅도 하느라고 오늘 시간을 엄청 들였어요. 여기 들어가는 게 아니라 지금 내가 해야 될 것이 무엇인가. 버멘티노 포도농장 문제들을 해결하는 거구나. 네, 이거를 해결하러 가 보겠습니다. 소리가 잘 들렸으면 좋겠네요. 벨가드 포도농장 표지가 발견되지 않았었구나. 오케이. 자, 그러면 잠시 저도 모니터링을 해보고. 여기서 빠른 여행으로 가는 게 낫지 않을까? 빠른 여행으로 바로 여길 먼저 가야 되나 보구나. 여긴 꼭대기라서 별로 안 좋으니까 이쪽에서 가자. 여기 토너먼트 경기장에서 소리가 잘 나온다니 다행이군요. 오늘은 부가 퀘스트를 좀 진행하다가 메인도 한번 진행을 해볼게요. 그래야 조금 스토리도 빨리빨리 끝나고, 왠지 느낌이 지금 CDPR에서 차세대 저기도 나왔잖아요. 신작 소식, 차세대가 아니구나. 신작 소식도 나왔고, 그 다음에 느낌상 이제 조만간 4월이 다가오고 차세대 업그레이드 버전도 다가올 것 같으니 이 블러드 앤 와인을 빨리 마무리를 짓고, 또 그것도 있죠. 뭐였지? 하츠 오브 스톤도 마무리를 지은 다음에 잠시 다른 게임에 좀 빠져 있다가 다시 이제 업그레이드가 되면은 그때 다시 한번 또 위쳐를 즐겨보는 걸로 지금 계획은 잡고 있어요. 또 어떻게 될지 모르죠. 어디냐? 이쁘다. 출생은 이뻐. 달려보세요. 얘 로치 또 못 달리네. 또 버그다. 또 버그야. 달리질 못하네 우리 로치. 지금 이것도 키우고 있고요. 개인적으로 이제 차세대 버전이 업그레이드가 되면은 키울 2회차 저기 전용 저장 파일도 따로 키우고 있습니다. 와, 이쁘다. 그 사이에 어떤 게임을 좀 하면서 기다릴지 고민 중인데, 잠깐만. 호이. 무서워. 넌 너무 무서운 것 같아. 왜 내 공격이 전혀 먹히지 않는 것 같지? 선생님? 내 공격이 전혀 안 먹힌 것 같은데요? 버그인가 이것도? 잠깐만. 아니 피가 전혀 안 달잖아요. 잠깐만, 이건 아니잖아. 이거 아닌 것 같아. 또 버그다 이거. 이건 버그야. 이거 저장하고. 저장 안 돼. TT. 버그가 또. 저장하고. 어디다 해야 되냐? 헷갈리네. 이거 지우고. 지우지 말자. 혹시 모르니까. 그 다음에 아니 투생화에서 은근히 버그가 자주 나오네요. 공격을 했는데 피가 전혀 안 다는 거는 말이 안 되지. 비트 전속률이 너무 높다고? 그럼 혹시 끊기나? 혹시 보시면서 영상이 끊기거나 하면 말씀해주세요. 저도 모니터링을 하고 있긴 한데 일단은 아무래도 게임 화면을 보면서 하기 때문에 끊김 영상이 있어도 제가 모를 수가 있거든요. 그러니까 혹시 끊김 현상이 있으면은 댓글로 말씀해 주시면은 감사드리겠습니다. 야! 아니 게롤트야, 칼을 왜 안 꺼내냐. 됐다. 딜이 박힌다. 자, 여기서 이제 곤충류를 발라주고. 여기 있다. 오케이 들어와. 너가 지금 소리를 지를 때가 아니야. 매니저님, 오늘은 직무유기 안됩니다. 오늘은 안돼요. 오케이, 깔끔하게 해결했습니다. 아키스포와 한 마리밖에 없었네요. 이 사람들 한 명이라도 내게 고마워해봐라. 그렇지. 그래야 내가 그래도 보람이 차지. 와우, 뛰어내려. 와우, 에메랄드 에메랄드빛 호수가 아닌가? 강인가? 진짜 너무 예쁘다. 꽤 머네요. 갈 곳이. 잠깐만, 여기 어디야? 여기 거기네. 여기 지나가겠습니다. 제가 얼마나 많은 미덕들을 지금 이뤘는지 봐야죠.
Walking on water, just like
who?
like a pond skater. Who are you thinking?
No matter. I suppose you thought nothing else in life could surprise you, eh? Wrong.
Hey, happen to know how the hell I can walk on that water?
Naturally, I know. Since time immemorial have I dwelt in solitude on this shore, and I can testify to the extraordinary nature of the lake.
What's so extraordinary about it? I mean, besides the fact that you can walk on its surface.
A sword, most wondrous, lies in its depths. I watch over it. The blade may be grasped solely by one who possesses the 5 chivalric virtues.
Folk call me a lot of things, but virtuous? I don't know.
Yet I do know. For I know who you are. You have proven yourself capable of great sympathy. You are a man of honor, as many can attest. Of humble means yourself. You showed generosity to others. Your valor is the stuff of legends. Reason guides your actions, as it does those of all who are wise. You have proven the 5 chivalric virtues dwell in your heart.
Mean the sword's mine? I can dive in and take it?
The sword deserves the hand of a master. You must prove your skills are worthy through combat atop the water's surface. Are you ready?
Anytime.
Then draw your blade.
오! 오점 바로 때린다고? 언제 내가 이 미덕 5개를 다 채웠지? 오! 공격할 수 있게 해주세요. 왜 공격이 안 돼요? 하! 차! 와! 오, 빵 먹어. 빵 먹자. 빵 먹자. 후엔.
You have proven worthy of wielding the blade, beyond all doubt.
Behold, your Arendite.
We've met before.
Certainly. The hermit admitted he knew you, remember?
The Lady of the Lake.
It is I. Forget not that you are a man right and honorable, devoted to doing good. And for these reasons you received the blade. Now bear it. And I trust this time you shall not lose it.
야, 얻었습니다. 에어론다이트.
Wonderful.
바로 빠지네. 볼까요? 얼마나 있는지. 놀랍게도 내가 들고 있는 검보다 약해. 근데 이게 특징이 있어요, 얘가. 뭐, 아시는 분은 이미 다 아시겠지만, 공격을 할 때마다 이게 에너지가 충전이 되는데, 이 충전이 완전히 된 상태에서 치명타 피해를 줘요. 100% 치명타 피해죠. 그리고, 완전히 충전된 검으로 적을 죽일 경우에는 그 충전된 양만큼 검의 공격력이 계속 추가됩니다. 그러니까 이게 계속 쌓여요, 공격력이. 어느 정도, 그러니까 계속 쌓여가지고 공격력이 같이 늘어나요. 그러니까 계속 늘어나는 거죠. 그래서 이 녀석이 좀 특이한 점이 이거예요. 성장형 검이라는 점이죠. 그래서 이게 이제 거의 최종검이라는 그렇게 많이 알려져 있죠. 근데 요거를 무조건 그렇다고 좋냐? 그렇다고 보기 좀 어려운 게 이게 그 공격력이 계속 증가한다는 장점 빼고는 사실 잘 모르겠어요. 다른 특징들이 좀 없어요. 이제 제 거 그랜드마스터 전설의 검 은검만 봐도 뭐 아드레날린 획득 퍼센트가 뭐 25% 증가, 치명타 피해 100% 추가 증가 이런 특징들이 있잖아요, 스탯이. 근데 에어론다이트는 오직 공격력, 깡공이 계속 증가한다라는 그 장점이 유일하죠. 그래서 사실 이거를 쓰셔도 되고 아니면 자기가 원하면 취향에 따라서 다른 검을 쓸 수도 있고 뭐 그런 것 같아요. 나중에 한번 제가 이제 이런 그랜드마스터 세트의 특징 이런 능력들을 좀 지루해할 때가 오면은 그때 한번 또 에어론다이트를 장비 세팅을 다시 맞춰서 한번 또 해보면 되겠죠. 어쨌든 검을 얻었습니다. 의외로 제가 기사도 미덕 5개를 다 이미 획득을 했었네요. 놀랍게도 말이죠. 자, 지금 하다만 퀘스트를 계속 마저 진행을 하겠습니다. 어디야? 꼈다. 아. 낚시도 하고 물고기가 있나? 어디로 가야 하나? 여기서 이제 로치를 부를게요. 로치 타고 가자. 뛸 수 있겠지? 뛸 수 있어 이제. 버거 풀렸어. 갑시다. 그렇지, 길 따라 가야지. 그런데 여긴 아니야. 와, 또 여기다. 너무 힘들다. 와, 내리게 해줘. 아이, 야, 싸울 준비를 하게 해줘야지. 불러. 얘 가까이 잘했다. 겁도 없이 가까이 오다니. 아니, 잠깐만, 또. 아, 얘가 왜 자꾸 이 건물 꺼내니? 반장하겠네. 그래서 공격이 안 맞겠구나. 나 죽겠다. 약 먹어야지. 불러! 아우, 야, 나 죽겠다. 한 마리. 아니, 왜 철건물 꺼내는 거야? 이해가 안 돼. 나 또 죽겠는데? 또 약 먹어야겠구나. 자, 오케이. 자, 여기 또 하나를, 노래가 아직 안 끝났네? 자, 이렇게 또 한 지역을 해방했죠. 포도 농장을. 자, 어딨나? 전리품이, 여기 있다. 그리고 다음 지역으로 이제 가봐야죠. 말 타고. 참, 가기 전에 명상을 좀 해야겠어요. 약을 너무 많이 먹어서 중독도가 너무 꽉 찼어요. 오케이. 그리고 탕약도 포션도 다시 먹어줘야죠. 이거 먹지 말걸. 어쩔 수 없지. 서큐버스. 원기가 빨리 차는 거, 그게 고대 레슨이었나? 할 때마다 원기승이 빨라진다. 오케이. 이걸로 이렇게 3개 먹고 가겠습니다. 가죠. 다음 장소로. 지금 투생 메인 스토리를 잠깐 설명드리자면, 너무 오랫동안 안 했기 때문에 설명을 드리자면, 지금 투생에 살인사건이 벌어졌죠. 연쇄 살인사건이에요. 그 사건을 해결하기 위해 게롤트가 투생이라는 지역으로 옵니다. 잠깐만, 그 사이에 도착했네. 준비하고 가세요. 피해주고. 와우. 후엔 찔러주고. 구른 다음에 내가 먼저 성공하면 안 맞겠지. 이렇게. 또 있나? 없고.
I owe you my life, unknown knight. How are you dubbed?
Dubbed Geralt. Geralt of Rivia.
My thanks, Sir Geralt. The scallywags sought to demolish our herb garden, you see. I thought, I shall take a hammer, scare the rabble off, but to my great chagrin, there were too many and I failed. There's no use crying over spilt wine. Come with me to Bovmentino. I'll patch up your armor or pound the anvil to fulfill some other need you might have.
Fine. Lead the way.
Here we are. Is there some way I might help you?
Vineyard's glory days seem like a thing of the past.
It seemed better times, true. For bandits are not our only problem. Enormous yellow parasites, their ever-growing plague we also must contend with. Maid Matilda tries her best, but when folk fear to go out and work, what is she to do?
Craft something for...
저분 굉장히 잘생기셨어. NPC 치고 상당히 독보적인 얼굴 그 페이스팩을 가지고 계십니다. 처음 보는 얼굴팩이에요. 보통 위쳐에 사용되는 NPC 얼굴들이 굉장히 그 좁거든요. 그 범위가. 나 다 해결한 게 아니었네? 하나가 남아있었네? 뭐야. 아무튼 그런데 저 갑옷장인 분은 특이하게도 얼굴이 상당히 유니크합니다. 그래서 제 인상에 깊게 남아있어요. 잘생기셨어. 혹시 제작자 중 한 명이 본인의 얼굴을 약간 그렇게 한 거 아닐까? 약간 뭐랄까 이스터에그처럼. 아니 손님도 오셨네. 으아! 안 싸우고 뭐하는 거야? 칼을 꺼내. 와우, 잠깐만. 예, 한만 잡았고. 저기 있다. 쟤는 어떻게 가, 내가? 너 글로 가면 내가 어떻게 싸우니? 너가 이쪽으로 오는 건 어때? 이쪽으로 오면 좋을 것 같은데? 어디 있니? 어디 있는 거야? 아우, 야, 내가 못 가잖아, 글로. 예. 아, 저 터트리려고 저것도. 또 저쪽으로 옮긴 거 봐. 얄미워. 이거 오면 또 터트리려고. 너 싸움 진짜 얄밉게 한다. 내가 가면 또 옮기려고 하지. 이거 봐. 야, 나 안 싸울래. 너 혼자 거기서 놀아. 나 간다. 로치 불러. 로치 이리 와. 로치 이리 와. 로치야, 이리 와. 로치 이리 와. 왜 안 오니? 진짜 놀라가지고 안 오는 거야. 겁나가지고. 아유, 내가 가야지, 그럼. 다 터졌다. 이리 와. 어디 있어? 어디야? 어디? 나오세요. 여기 숨었구만. 저기 있네. 자, 간다. 터치고, 하나, 둘, 세게 하나. 와우. 코인 없어? 저기 있다. 저는 이거나 먹어라. 이거. 아이고, 근데 여기 이미 사람들이 다 죽어 있네요.
A letter and a key. In a place like this, that'd be interesting.
이 명령을 주의 깊게 읽어라. 어떤 실수도 용납하지 않겠다. 내일 약속했던 장소로 갔어. 묘목들을 챙겨라. 꼭 지켜라.
Interesting. This note plus what I found earlier. Some third parties causing problems at the vineyards. Need to find the spot the letter mentions. And I'll find something mighty interesting behind whatever door this key opens.
그래, 맞아. 분명히 이거 누군가가 방해 공작이 있거든요.
Looks like an archospore killed him.
누군가의 방해 공작이 있기 때문에 갑자기 이런 기생식물들 같은 들이 막 생기고 농장이 막 걷잡을 수 없이 무너지고 그런 거거든요. 근데 그게 누군지를 모르겠다는 거지. 아직까지도. 빵 먹어주고. 자, 편지에서 언급된 장소를 찾자. 이제 가면 되겠구나. 오케이. 좋습니다. 엄청 먼데? 이거 달려서 못 가. 일로 가서 여기서 빠른 여행으로 가죠. 빵도 좀 먹으면서 체력도 저기 채우고. 여기 다시 이쪽이다. 갈 수 있어. 뛰어! 어? 아, 우리 집이구나. 온 김에 약초 좀 캐가겠습니다. 우리 집이었구나, 여기가. 겨울밭이 아주 소중한 약초죠. 겨울버찌가 있어야 적색 변이인자를 더 만들 수 있습니다. 됐다. 이 정도면 돼. 어딨어? 여기 온 김에 그러면 잠깐만. 온 김에 칼이나 갈고 가죠. 오케이. 이 모든 일의 원흉이 있는 곳으로 가보겠습니다. 테슬문화 폐허라고? 이쪽으로 가야지. 이 약초는 여기는 원래 제 집입니다. 그래서 원래부터 제 겁니다. 빵 먹어주고. 오, 깜짝이야. 저기 저자들은 누구인가? 도적은 아니구만. 가자. 그렇지.
Come on.
빵 먹어주고. 아까 하던 얘기 마저 할까요? 어쨌든 그 살인사건을 해결하기 위해 출생에 왔는데 출생에서 마침 어떤 축제가 벌어지고 있었죠. 그리고 그 축제에 중요한 인물이 그 다음 그 피해자로 지목이 되어 있다는 사실을 이제 게롤트가 발견을 합니다. 뭐야, 갑자기 분위기 왜 이래? 그래서 이제 그걸 미리 찾아가는 과정에서 연쇄살인범을 발견하죠. 근데 그 연쇄살인범이 뱀파이어예요. 그래가지고 이제 그 뱀파이어하고 싸운 도중에 예전에 게롤트하고 친분이 있었던 뱀파이어가 나타나서 게롤트를 구해줍니다. 근데 알고 보니까 그 뱀파이어, 그러니까 이제 이름으로 설명을 할게요. 게롤트와 친분인 뱀파이어는 레지스라는 친구고요. 연쇄살인범 뱀파이어 이름은 디틀라프예요. 근데 이 레지스가 알고 보니까 예전에 죽을 뻔한 상황이 있었는데 디틀라프에 의해서 목숨을 건진 거예요. 그러니까 둘은 어떻게 보면은 끈끈한 사이인 거죠. 이 상황에서 이제 게롤트가 이제 약간 딜레마에 빠질 뻔 하는데, 다행히 레지스는 게롤트 사이드에서 일단은 수사를 돕기로 해요. 근데 여기 지금 뭐 어떻게 해야 돼? 장소를 어떻게 찾아야 되지? 하나도 안 보이는데, 뭐 단서가 아니 들어간 건가? 잠긴 게 아닌가? 잠겼잖아. 그래서 뭐 어떻게 해야 되지 그럼? 이쪽에 뭐가 있구나. 그래가지고 레지스랑 게롤트랑 같이 머리를 싸매고 왜 디틀라프가 저런 짓을 벌였을까 고민을 합니다. 그러다가 디틀라프가 뭔가 협박에 의해서 지금 이런 살인을 벌이고 있다는 걸 알게 돼요. 이제 거기까지, 지금 스토리가 거기까지 진행이 돼 있는 상태입니다. 협박이 이제 덧붙이자면 디틀라프의 연인을 인질로 잡은 상태에서 디틀라프를 협박한 거죠. 그러니까 제 아무리 뛰어난 뱀파이어, 우와, 넌 누구니? 네가 왜 여기 있니? 아니 그 위에 계시면 제가 공격을 못 하잖아요, 선생님. 할 수 있구나. 오우야. 빵 먹어. 불러. 너 뭘 때리는 거야 지금? 죽어! 죽어! 오케이. 깔끔스. 자, 이걸 조사해볼까요?
Looks like an orcaspore killed him. Should search the body.
부화장을 치워라. 서둘러라. 어떤 위처가 그 주변을 어슬렁거리고 있다. 이제 언제라도 싹을 틔울 수 있을 테니 조심해서 나머지 알뿌리들을 제거해라. 잊지 마라. 그분께 받은 편지나 쪽지는 빠짐없이 파기해라. 절대로 흔적을 남겨서는 안 된다.
Letter suggests a third party's behind the troubles at Liam's and Matilda's vineyards. Still don't know who though, and I'm no longer likely to find out. Damn it.
뭐 그러면 결국은 범인은 찾을 수 없나 보네요. 어쨌든 간 농장 문제는 게롤트가 다 해결을 했으니까 일단락이 되었는데 그 범인을 끝까지 조사할 수는 없는가 봐요. 오케이, 염색 용액 좋고. 그래서 연인 때문에 살인 행위를 벌이고 있는 디틀라프를 레지스는 이제 뭐 연인을 되찾아오는 방법도 있다. 디틀라프 원래 그런 사람이 아닌데 아마 연인 때문에 어쩔 수 없이 그러고 있는 것 같다. 살인을 멈추게 할 방법이 있을 거다 라는 주의고, 게롤트는 약간 반신반의하는 상황이에요. 그런 상황에서 이제 이 공작 부인이라는, 이게 안나라는 이 공국, 투생의 공국이거든요. 공국에 그 여왕이 있어요. 그 여왕이라고 해야 되나? 공국이면은 어쨌든 왕은 아니죠. 공작이죠.
Slower.
공작인데 여성이니까 공작 부인. 공작 부인이 있습니다. 안나 헨리에타라는. 그 공작 부인에게 이 사실을 이제 보고하러 가는 겁니다. 이거 하기 전에 일단 퀘스트부터 마무리해야죠. 이거. 마틸다에게 가서 모든 문제를 해결했다고 말을 해야 합니다. 누가 있는데? 쟤는 뭐야? 넌 뭐니? 잠깐만. 야, 우리 말 때리지 마라. 우리 말은 무슨 죄냐? 와, 뭐야, 저 공격은 처음 보는데요? 오, 소환하는구나. 이 녀석들. 너 아주 신선한데? 너처럼 싸우는 건 처음이야. 우와, 저 녀석은 처음 보네요. 와, 이거 뭐 진정해. 태시안 문화. 그러고 보니 여기는 한 번도 파밍하러 와본 적이 없네. 와, 죽을 뻔했다. 걸렸어 방금. 안 가. 무서워. 바로 그냥 가겠습니다. 마틸다가 있는 버멘티노 공장으로. 쪼르르르르. 칼 집어넣고. 어디 보자. 말 타고 갈까요? 로치가 요즘 자주 등장을 안 하니까 서운해할 수도 있어. 좀 제가 자꾸 맨발로 뛰거든요. 원피스 문제는 아니, 원피스 문제는 아닌 것 같은데요. 점프. 나 어쩌다 여기로 왔지? 네, 솔직히 좀 걸리적거리긴 하네요. 치마 갖고 달리기 좀 불편하지 않을까? 게롤트? 어때? 괜찮니? 네, 게롤트는 괜찮다네요. 아니, 말한테 말을 걸면 안 되지.
Ah, Witcher. Greetings.
Solved the troubles at your vineyard.
A shame it's too late. Liam's bought Belgat. I'm left to be but a minor supplier. Ah, such is life sometimes. Still, thank you. The amount we agreed. Here.
아, 또 이분이 이렇게 힘없이 말씀하시니까 마음이 아프네. 사실은 저분이랑 저 리암이라고 하는 남자랑 동시에 문제를 해결해서 그 벨가드 농장을 동시에 소유할 수 있게 할 수 있는 그 방법도 있었는데 제가 그냥 이번에 좀 다르게 해보고 싶어서 리암 것만 먼저 해결을 했거든요. 아, 아까 그분이구나. 아, 반갑습니다. 핸섬남. 네, 계십시오. 그랬더니 그냥 특별한 이벤트 같은 건 없고 영주권만 그 영주권이 아니라 소유권만 그 리암이라는 남자한테 전유가 되네요. 잠깐만, 여기 이렇게 달려가면 안 되지. 그게 좀 아쉽네. 그냥 1회차 했을 때처럼 둘 다 공동으로 소유할 수 있게 해줄 걸 그랬나봐요. 아, 잠깐만. 요 근처에 있는 여기밖에 없구나. 네, 갑시다. 갑시다. 점프. 근데 오늘 캣님이랑 타코야키님이랑 오늘 웬일로 다들 들어와 주셨네? 이제 아마 퀘스트를 체크하고 갈까요? 이건 안 해도 될 것 같고. 오케이. 메인 퀘스트로 가겠습니다. 바로 포도주는 신성하다. 바로 진행을 해보죠. 다 왔다. 보클레우 궁으로 가면 됩니다. 올라가야 되는구나. 오케이. 어우, 진짜 투생은 보는 재미가 있어요.
And what of the funeral preparations?
Milton de Peran shall posthumously receive the Order of Adamata.
Geralt of Rivia, Master Witcher.
I was not mistaken. You arrived and trouble followed soon after.
Step aside. Got a matter for the Duchess.
At last, Witcher. We've been on tenterhooks. Did you catch Milton's killer?
Found the beast of Beauclair. Just couldn't kill it.
We sent you after a monster, and you return with nothing? We are very disappointed.
Situation's not quite that simple. Beast's a powerful vampire.
Ha! Is this a problem? Is it too much for a witcher? A monster slayer? But everyone knows how to end a vampire. Draw him by trick into sunlight. Or arm yourself with ample garlic and drive a stake through its heart.
Garlic's useless against vampires. Sun and stakes don't hurt him either. Those methods, pure invention. Only work in legends and fables.
And buckthorn? When I was a child, Grandmama Adamarta always claimed buckthorn drives off vampires.
Silver sword's your best option for keeping them at bay. But it won't get the job done, because only a higher vampire can truly kill another of its kind.
Excuses. Ha! Your Grace, I shall assemble a battue. Bring the matter to its end at once. The Witcher need but tell us where to find this monster.
Go ahead. Send them to their death. Certain death.
To a lone Witcher, perhaps. To 40 of my men-at-arms, but another skirmish.
40, 50, 100? Doesn't matter. Won't make any difference against him.
You have not seen my guardsmen in action.
Can they fight fog? Hit a target that moves faster than the wind?
How? What creature can do such things?
Creatures like this one. Higher vampires, we call them. Each one's a little different. Unique or exceptional, you might say. Some transform into giant bats. Others communicate with animals, command them.
Yet all are still brainless beasts.
Dead wrong. Thinking of lesser vampires. Alps, Ekamaras, Catacans, for instance. They're ruled by instinct, sure. Attack anything that smells of blood. Higher vampires? They think. They employ reason.
Monsters driven by reason. A curious contention. What, then, do you intend to do?
It's way beyond being some monster. This is a powerful being that's walked the world for centuries.
Yeah, impossible. If so great is their power, why have they not killed or enslaved us all?
Don't usually meddle in our matters. Mostly stay out of our way because they don't care about humans one way or the other.
And they do not fear we shall wipe them out one day.
They'd probably be pretty amused if you asked them that. They're well aware of their strength.
Then what can we do? Do you have a plan?
Try to talk to him. That's our best bet.
I cannot believe this. Her Grace summons a Witcher to kill a monster. Instead, he wishes to chat with it. Ha.
Know what I'm doing. His lover was kidnapped. He's being blackmailed.
Blackmailed? Be so kind as to explain how a vampire might be blackmailed.
Higher vampires? They're like us, motivated by emotions, not instinct. Not only are they intelligent to an extreme, they're emotionally rich, capable of feeling many things, even love. This one fell in love with a woman, a human, and he'll do anything to keep her from harm.
You do not, I trust, suggest we let Milton's killer go free. Or wait until it murders again. We must render it harmless as quickly as possible.
Which is why that's my aim now, to prevent further attacks. Vampires only half the problem. Blackmailers at fault chiefly. Kidnapped the woman to control the vampire.
And what do you propose to do?
I'll find the blackmailer, free the vampire's lover.
You were to destroy him, not help him.
No one else should die. That's most important. Soon as the woman's safe, he'll have no more reason to kill.
I admit to being swayed, Witcher. You may be right. Do you know anything about the blackmailer?
Got one lead. A few scraps of paper. Blackmailer wrote the names of the vampire's victims on them. One of them stained. A drop of wine, looks like. So damn little to go on.
You've no idea how wrong you are, my dear. Send for the ducal sommelier. Hop, hop! In Tucson, wine is sacred. Here there is no such thing as a drop of wine, or stains therefrom. They are stains from a drop of Estest, Ervelus, Fiorano.
Your Grace wished to see me?
Witcher, show him the paper scrap. Benoit, can you determine which wine made this stain?
Yes, yes. The west bank of the Saar too. That's rather obvious. Aged in barrels of Beauclair oak. Hue, deep burgundy. Clarity, high. It's simple. St-Réal, the 1269 vintage.
That's That's impossible. The wine is produced at Castel Ravello, especially and exclusively for the ducal table. Perhaps some Sangreal was stolen. We must go to the vineyard, see if there's not been an incident.
Wait. Your Grace wants to go with me? Out of the question.
I hope you do not suppose we will sit on our ducal hiney and do nothing while our duchy is in grave danger.
Your Grace, what you propose is far too dangerous. The Witcher should go alone.
It pleases me to see you gentlemen finally agree on something. But I've made my decision. We shall go, accompanied by the best possible escorts. You, Captain, and Geralt. We will travel incognito. We've no wish to give the court any reason to gossip. For the duration of this mission, I release you from your obligation to adhere to court protocol. In short, from now on, I am Anna Henrietta, not your Grace.
Yes, Your Grace. Witcher, are you ready?
Yeah, ready to go.
Excellent. Give me a moment. I must don something more appropriate and concealing. Then we will be off.
This vampire, have you ever faced its sort before?
I have.
How did it end? Did you kill
어,
it?
내가 너무 빨리
I
갔나?
have to fight him. Hadn't killed anyone.
Have you ever heard of anyone defeating such a vampire?
Know of a man who defeated one, sure, but he didn't manage to kill it. Ultimately, only another vampire can kill a vampire.
이것도 흥미로운 점이죠. 뱀파이어만이 뱀파이어를 죽일 수 있다. 이거 이제 스토리상 에 나오는 떡밥이기도 해요. 게롤트가 아무리 뱀파이어를 죽여도, 그러니까 죽기 직전까지 몰아가도 결국은 죽일 수는 없다는 거죠.
Panthers have attacked the wagon. We
저기?
must help.
어디?
Back, Your Grace.
어디서?
We shall see to this.
아니, 저 멀리 있는 걸 봤다고?
Save us!
인정. 갑니다. 호잇! 이거나 받아라! 한 마리 잡고. 어딨어? 들어와. 됐어. 또 어딨어? 갑시다. 너 어디가?
If not for you, we'd have been done for.
They were fortunately happened by.
You saved our lives.
Let's go!
Hey!
파래! 귀여운 꼬마. 칼 넣고. 오, 빨리도 가셨네.
Tell me more about this vineyard. Castel Ravello.
It's the best in all Toussaint. An old master of the winemaking trade runs it. Fabrizio.
He trustworthy?
He's held his post for years. There's never been a problem. Till now. I wish to know your thoughts, Geralt. The Sangreal stain, how did it wind up on the paper? Is someone from the vineyard blackmailing the vampire?
Could be a servant. Could be the steward. Could be the wine was just stolen from the estate.
We shall...
Brings peace to our domains. Flout its writ and rot in chains.
Captain de la Tour, we did not expect any visitors from the palace. How are affairs at court?
Doubtless you've heard of the Beast of Beauclair. Well, we've our hands full. Especially since the rogue last attacked in the palace gardens.
I trust Her Illustrious Highness was not harmed.
Kind of you to ask, Master Fabrizio. I am well.
Your Grace? We were not warned. I shall order the salon prepared at once.
That won't be necessary. As you can see, we are not here on an official visit.
Naturally. Might I ask then what has brought you to Castel Ravello?
Came to see you. Got some questions.
In this land, it is seen as polite to introduce oneself before asking any questions.
This is Geralt of Rivia, a witcher. He has come to Toussaint on my personal invitation.
Which is to say...
Which is to say, I expect you to treat him with the utmost respect.
Of course, Your Grace.
Did you hear that, Witcher? Fabrizio will be delighted to answer your every question.
Want to talk about Saint-Réal?
I am at your service.
The Saint-Réal. How many vineyard workers have access to it?
One might say only I do.
Not like you make the wine all alone. At least a dozen others work here.
I see you've little notion how wine is made. Grapes travel a long road before they become Saint-Réal. The workers assist me only to the stage of fermentation. I see to the maceration personally and let no one near the fat. Workers, again, assist me during barreling, but then I seal the aging barrels myself, each and every one. The wine lies in the cellar, gains character. Once this process is complete, it becomes Saint-Réal. And as it happens, only I have the key to the cellar in question.
Who hauls the barrels to the palace?
We've our own garrison. Guards who have served here for years and would answer with their heads for the wine.
We'll not get anywhere asking questions, I see. It's a waste of time.
Your Grace? How am I to understand this?
Master Fabrizio, we have proof someone's gained access to Saint-Réal. Someone who should not have, which means one of two things. Either you lie to our face, or you are an idiot who has had wine stolen from under his nose and not even realized it. In either case, you shall answer for it.
But...
Silence! And listen. I shall inspect the barrels in person, thus giving you time to reflect. When I return, I expect to hear answers. Remind me, where is the Saint-Réal stored?
In the main cellar, around the corner. I'll show you.
I shall find it. Give me the key to the cellar and wait here.
Oh, of course, Your Grace. Here it is.
Come, Witcher.
We shall wait here, Master Fabrizio.
공작 부인 빡세셔.
What if Fabricio's blackmailing the vampire? Considered that?
He has his flaws, but I would never suspect him of such a thing. He's been very loyal. He owes all he has to me. His father frittered away the family fortune. He left his son an encyclopedic knowledge of wine. That is all. Fabrizio lived as a beggar until I appointed him steward of Castel Ravello. Only then did he come into his own.
그런 친구가 어쩌다가 저런 큰 죄를 저질렀을까잉. 내가 빨리 가면 빨리 가나? 아니네.
So where do we start?
Let us see if all the barrels are present. Here's the inventory ledger.
예, 보겠습니다.
Vintner's log. Fermentation completed with no complications. Tapped above sediment line. Here it is. Barreling. Everything lines up at first glance. Neatly and thoroughly documented.
Then we must follow our other lead. Benoit said the stain came from the 1269 vintage. Let's find it.
(1269) 빈티지 샹그레알을 찾자. 1269 저렇게 읽는 게 맞나? 통 수도꼭지. 일단 챙기고요.
I have a feeling we'll find something awry.
이 에스테스트 빈티지인데
Est. Think everyone and their mothers heard of this wine.
마이츠도
Among
챙기고
the best in the world. Castelravello is famous.
샹그레알은 아니고요. 오, 포도주 많은데? 챙겨도 되는 거죠? 공작 부인이 계시지만 좀 챙기겠습니다. 에르벨루스고요.
Ervelus. I like it. Quite dry.
An excellent wine. You've good taste.
이것도 뭐가 있었는데 방금 아닌가? 기분 탓이었나? 뭔가 표시가 있었는데. 오케이, 얘는 포미노.
Got Pomino over here.
그 다음에 얘는 피오라노. 다 아니고요.
Fiorano. Dandelion's favorite. Adores it.
계단이 있으니까
That's sophisticated.
계단으로 가보겠습니다. 여기겠구먼. 그렇지.
Sanreal. 1270 vintage.
아니네.
Wrong year. Keep looking.
여긴 1270년도구나. 1669년도 산을 찾아야 되네요. 여기도 아니고, 아, 여긴 더 아니고, 저 끝이구나. 찾았다.
Right here. 1269. What now?
Let's see if any barrels are empty.
Wanna open them?
For now, a knock will suffice. If you hear a hollow thud, we will have found what we seek.
어떻게? 통을 두들기기? 여기서부터.
Full.
풀.
This one is
This
full.
one's full too.
저것도 가득 찼고.
Full. This one's full too. Full. Looks like all the barrels are full. Dead end, I'm afraid.
Full they are. The question is, are they full of Sanreal? Grab a tap and a hammer. We shall open them one by one and taste.
Ready. We can start.
그럴 줄 알고 챙겨왔죠. 이거부터 따볼까요?
Ready.
오이, 뭐야, 게롤트. 이것도 미리 따놔야지.
So,
I'd recognize this taste anywhere. This one is good.
자, 2개 미리 따놨습니다. 가서 맛보시죠. 다 따놔. 이거 안 되는 거 아닌가?
Revolting, bitter plonk.
could have gone sour while aging.
Impossible. This is not wine. This is contaminated refuse that should never have made it into a barrel. The fact that it did was no accident, I'm sure.
Master Fabricio. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Master Fabricio, I am very disappointed.
But, Your Grace, I...
You are a step away from losing your head. Speak the truth and you might yet keep it.
I admit it. I sold a barrel of Sanreal. I beg you to forgive me.
Why did you do it?
I couldn't resist. The sum they offered, it was enormous. I gave in.
Is what I provide not enough?
I wished to buy back my family's estate. For here, nothing is truly mine. I've a roof over my head, ample food to eat, but what is a nobleman without land of his own? I shall tell you everything if you agree to show me mercy.
Who'd you sell the wine to?
A few weeks past at the pheasantry, a rich nobleman approached me. He called himself a diplomat, well connected at court. He suggested we embark on an enterprise. Some of his clients had offered dizzying sums for even a drop of Sonreal. He was to serve as intermediary.
This man's name?
He never revealed it. He was tall, black-haired, and spoke with a foreign lilt. He claimed to hail from Sintra.
I've no Sintrin aristocrat at court.
Wine itself. How'd you hand it over?
We met under the cover of darkness in the ruins of Fort Astre. A dozen or so men came to collect. Armed men. The kind that stink of trouble. I had hauled the barrel there. They transferred it to their cart, and we went our separate ways.
That's it? That the last you ever saw of them?
That is to say, a few days passed. A messenger arrived. He said they wished to buy another barrel and, well, I've prepared it. Have it ready to deliver.
Really thought nobody'd find out.
I was a fool. Very foolish. I beg you, Your Grace, you must forgive me.
That's enough. Know all we need to know.
Your Grace, I beg your forgiveness.
Get out of my sight. Captain, have your men take Master Fabrizio to the dungeon. He must answer for his crime. High treason the charge. What now, Witcher?
We set a trap. Need to catch the wine thieves. Sintry and Noble could be our blackmailer. Next, transport. I'll take it to Fort Astra. Damien and his soldiers will cover me.
For once, I agree with you. We will do as you say. Let me know when you are ready.
See no reason to wait. Let's get going.
We will set out now. Position ourselves before you arrive. You'll take the cart and meet us there.
Fine. When the handoff begins, watch for my signal. Relax. Now we wait.
Ah, our favorite vintner. It's not him.
전투다! 북풍이여! 불어라! 그렇지! 쓸어버려! 깔끔하죠? 자, 나머지 잔당들을 없애볼까요? 쿠엔 넣고 펜 깔고 이근이로 이근이 할 필요가 없겠는데? 여기도 마무리 짓고 여기도 끝났고 또 어딨어?
it just me, or did we agree you'd wait for my signal?
That was the plan, but...
Great shot. Good thing you reacted. Can't say how that would have ended otherwise.
At your service. It was a good fight. We managed to capture one of the scoundrels.
Let's ask him a few questions. Come on.
Witcher, a moment. I was wrong about you.
Don't need to like each other. Just gotta do our jobs.
If that's how you wish to treat it. At any rate, I see the effort you put forth. And I appreciate it. Let us go to her grace. She awaits nearby.
Not at all surprised. Expected she'd want to oversee this personally.
The master's eye fattens the calf. You're beginning to understand that, I see. This prisoner of yours, bring him to me. We must ask him some questions. Captain, do the honors.
Who sent you?
His name is Dog. They say he plowed your mother.
Once again, who sent you?
Your nun's lover. They call it...
Wait. If he doesn't wish to speak, he needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful. I'm certain the Witcher will need bait to lure the beast of Beauclair.
What?
Sure can. Fresh out.
In that case, he's all yours.
Captain, have your men find me a strong rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Rope?
Live bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. Crikey, no! Don't let him!
Stop screaming. Save your strength. Got a long night ahead of you.
No! Don't let him! I'll talk!
Who hired you?
He'll kill me!
Oughta be worried about me right now. Who is he?
Go on, man. Spit it out.
The Centurion. That is what they call him. I've never seen him, but I know he mustered the men for this caper. That's what they said, that we were working for the Centurion. I don't know anything else. I swear it.
Take him away. Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Centurion. Someone else must have seen him, must know of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Witcher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
Let's go to town.
무서워.
He's late.
Relax, he'll come.
There's something I'd like to know. How can you be so damned calm?
Side effect of my mutations. We Witchers rarely get the jitters.
What if something has happened to him?
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Centurion appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Still don't know this Centurion's behind the kidnapping and blackmail. Might have just handled the theft of the wine.
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the blackmailers. As I see it, that makes him an accomplice.
Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Don't care. Down to business. You learn anything?
I will start at the beginning. The port warehouse where the wine was delivered. We identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
The Mandragora? What's that?
A club, an affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors, troubadours and dancers.
Never heard of it.
They exude mystique, consciously, I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville, in Mountebank Alley.
짠! 옷을 갈아입어야겠군요. 옷이 있나? 내가 입을 만한 옷이? 들고 다니는 옷이? 없죠. 흑흑. 그렇다면 또
Audacious rat, the Cintrian. But we'll get him.
나도 잡을게. 웹팔 아들라드 사건. 우와, 뭐 이런 게 있어.
I should double the patrols, just in case.
혼잣말이 많으신 분이시구만.
Audacious rat, the Cintrian. But we'll get him.
가자. 이 정도면 됐어. 제가 현상금 수배에 올랐다고 하네요. 게롤트가. 여기 있는데? 아닌가? 아, 이거 아니구나. 아, 리암 코로나타가 벨가드 포도 농장의 새로운 주인이 되었습니다. 저 덕분이죠. 이에 따라 코로나타와 벨가드의 땅이 통합되었습니다. 해당 소유권은 이 공지가 올라간 날짜부터 효력을 발휘합니다. 저 덕분입니다. 제가 도와줬죠. 그 버멘티노 농장은 아쉽게 됐습니다. 어우, 바로 현상금. 어디 한번 싸워보자. 아닌데? 야, 나 아니냐? 싸워야 되는 거야? 너희들끼리 싸울래? 아! 잠깐만. 너 먼저 상대를 해야겠구나. 아파. 너무 아픈걸? 일단 이분 먼저 해결하고 도와줘야지. 투생의 경비병이 싸우시는데 피해! 피하고! 훅! 이거나 먹으시지. 덤비세요. 날 안 때리고 자꾸 저길 때려. 감사합니다, 경비병님. 덕분에 아주 쉽게 싸웠어요. 미쳐 의뢰서. 오, 그래도 잘생겨 그러는데? 핸섬맨. 가볼까요? 아, 파티에 적절하다고 생각할 만한 옷을 입자. 그 옷을 어디서 사지? 살 곳이 없는데. 방금 봤어요? 기둥서방. 기둥서방이래. 맞대. 기둥서방이 맞다네요. 옷을 살 데가 없는데? 옷 없는데 어떡하지? 그냥 가면 아, 여기 표시가 돼 있구나. 가죠. 옷을 사러 가봅시다. 빵도 먹어주고 수시로 체력을 채워줘야 합니다. 어우, 멀리도 있다. 인가? 재단사의 작업실 이쪽이군요. 어디 계십니까? 여기시군요.
Sacre bleu! It's a crime! You're from the north, that's painfully clear.
Excuse me?
There is no excuse. There is but the need to outfit you anew. My salon stands open. Please come in.
All jests aside, let me see what you got in your wardrobe.
이 옷이 멋있는데? 우아한 보클레어 더글릿. 그리고 우아한 보클레어 장화. 우아한 보클레어 하이. 이렇게 입어야겠네. 이거 사고 싶은데? 돈 나 이렇게 없어? 와, 나 또 완전 거지네. 잠깐만. 이런 거라도 좀 팔아볼까요? 비싸게 팔리지도 않네. 오케이. 이렇게라도 팔고.
Thanks. Think that's
Ever your servant, sir.
예, 가보겠습니다. 줍기? 줍기가 왜 있어? 북부왕실을 개보. 노트. 갑시다. 이제는 입자. 입어야 되는구나. 이거 아니고요. 됐다. 오, 멋있는데? 오, 멋있다. 이거 팔 어떡할 거야? 팔. 장갑도 벗어야지. 그치. 조금 없어 보이는데 장갑 벗으니까. 장갑은 채울까? 벗은 게 낫겠죠? 이렇게. 자. 무장 해제. 가겠습니다. 뭔가 어색해. 게롤트답지 않아. 빠른 여행으로 갈 수 있을까? 가까운 데가 있나? 없습니다. 그냥 갈게요.
Nice tune.
나이스 튠이라고? 음악이 안 나오는데?
Women love tears, men prefer wine.
Reginald Aubrey has returned, not to be missed. Buy your tickets now.
Hail Claire, all's right and fair.
여기인가? 약초 상점인데 여기는? 여기로 돼 있는데 이쪽이구나.
Late. Why does that not surprise me?
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. Not all bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course, but... just one other detail. Here, put it on.
A mask?
All who attend the Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one asks who you are.
Let's go. Soiree's started.
Mm-hmm. Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain. How do we find the Sintrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. As soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Belant.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Kaveri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Sintrian.
자, 찾아보죠. 파티의 여행에 참가하는 것이 추가 조건인데 저는 별로 참가하고 싶지 않습니다. 그래서 바로 신트라인 찾는 루트로 진행을 해볼게요. 요거 이렇게 참가해서 물감도 날릴 수 있습니다. 물감이 들어있는 풍선이죠. 오! 소중한 과일들. 사과. 돼지고기. 아, 이때는 아직은 활성화가 안 되는구나. 그럼 무조건 그 사람을 만나야 되네? 손님 방들을 조사하여 머리카락을 코비어 난초로 장식한 여자를 찾자. 여자를 찾아보죠. 사실 어딘지 알고 있습니다.
Do not disturb. Shoo, shoo. Of course it is. A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still. You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But...
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
Really?
Like many here,
Know where he might be now?
he gave Cecilia a small gift. A heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this. You must leave now!
휴! 어휴 민망해라. 자 그럼 찾으러 갈까요? 하트상 무슨 상자하고 이쪽은 여기다.
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
Looks like it held a flask of
향수
perfume.
향수.
A gift from the Syntrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air.
이건 뭐야?
Let's follow it. Hit of Fistech. Artist's way of numbing their existential pain.
I do not even wish to comment.
오호. 이건 뭐야? 뮤트.
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat him with it once.
자 향수를 따라가 봅시다. 향수 향수. 사실 여기 보면은 멋있는 것들이 많아요. 보세요 이거.
Yeah, we'll see.
위대한 칼레스티. 이런 이벤트도 있고요. 그 다음에 저기서는 물감 던지고 있고, 그리고 이런데 이쪽으로 가시면 이렇게 연등도 날릴 수 있습니다. 그래서 이거를
Fine. Let's give it a try.
불 붙이면은
Never suspected
이렇게 날아간답니다.
such things.
하나를 더 날려볼까요?
Plantains. They say
아,
that
이미 날렸네.
brings good
또 불었고.
The dolphins. That is no ordinary.
이렇게 여러 개를 한꺼번에 날릴 수도 있습니다.
Impressive.
연등은 하나 날리는 것보다 여러 개가 같이 날아가는 걸 보는 게 제일 예쁘죠. 이렇게 하면은 오! 사라졌잖아. 아, 이렇게 봐야겠구나. 이렇게 연등을 날릴 수 있습니다. 이런 소소한 이벤트가 있다는 거. 자, 그러면 계속 향기를 찾아가 볼까요? 여기 돌고래도 있어요. 돌고래 환영 이벤트 또 볼 수 있습니다. 네, 그렇고요. 향기를 찾아가 봅시다.
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come, we must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh, not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
Looking for Cecilia Bellant. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Quickly, upstairs.
Quickly, upstairs.
I'd give my life for her grace.
오케이. 충성심이 아주 높은 친구군요. 어디야? 여긴가? 아, 잠깐만. 여기구나.
That must be Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana. At once. She should bring her soirée to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
조사를 해보죠. 위쳐 센스로 이 집안을 샅샅이 뒤져보겠습니다. 뒤질 게 없네. 아, 여기 있다. 차하.
Killed her, then went out on the balcony.
발코니에 흔적이 있겠군.
Bloody handprint. It's his.
오케이.
Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever. Must be pretty strong, too. Broke the flower pot when moving the door, and stepped in the soil.
오이, 오이, 저리 가.
Footprints, made by soiled boots.
이쪽이구만.
Must have climbed this ladder.
자, 하늘 예쁜 거 봐. 별. 여기다.
Could still be here. Need to stay alert.
경계, 사주 경계.
Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it hard, then sank to the floor.
사주 경계. 와우, 진짜 보석 많다. 사주 경계.
Blood stains.
요거 먼저.
Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it.
귀중한
Precious
보석.
stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace. Seems there was a struggle.
이거 뭐야? 이거 뭐야? 이거 초통. 초통 뭐야? 왜 안 떠?
Sconce is bent. Smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it?
잡으려다가 여기로 떨어진 거죠.
Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out?
저기서 싸우고. 아, 여기서 싸웠나?
Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for.
파란색 염료 필요 없어. 난 검은색이랑 하얀색 염료를 원합니다.
Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room. Canvas is cut. Somebody took a knife to the painting, looks like.
칼이 저기 있죠.
Hunting knife. Richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything, in full detail. I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He
fell out of the window.
Just so.
None too wise picking a fight with an armed robber.
Why? Because I'm a woman, in a frock rather than plate. I can take care of myself, I assure you. A hairpin might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be as effective as a blade.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Jewel seems important. Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer. Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
Oriana, any thoughts?
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense anxiety, discomfort.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Sonreal and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
It could be something else altogether. My sister, Siana, might be among the schemers. She left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
What did your sister do to get banished?
Sienna was cursed.
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Sienna.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. She could also be cruel at times. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent childhood crush. Sienna knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank. Cedric mourns to this day. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace. A decade passed. More. I've missed her terribly since.
Think your sister might be involved? Why?
You see, I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she didn't.
Here, that's normal for sisters. Rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that very much. The wine, its theft was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did enjoy stealing my toys, but I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Sienna received it from father as a gift, at a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl. Someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen, or recovered. It's my sister. It must be.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? Could be right.
Your mission has gained new import. You must go to Dun Tyne, and if Sienna is there, you must find her. No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape, or form. You must make sure of that.
Can't guarantee her safety, unfortunately. Especially if she's one of those responsible for these crimes.
Witcher, that was not a request.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlaf van der Eretain, an arrival from Nazaire. We are lending our combined resources to the Witcher's Hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. Literally. Witcher, I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are friends.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only 2 options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see, sword in hand. Talking gets the job done, for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. For what might a monster wish to apologize to a Witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice. when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the Witcher trade for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith. An exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witcher, and the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detloff here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detloff believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore. That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renna.
Guessing it's no accident you two stopped by.
It would be quite some coincidence indeed. No, a dutiful little bird told us.
Mm-hmm. Oriana. She really your friend? Can she be trusted?
I met her years ago. Before I met you. And before she settled in Beauclair. We'd not seen one another in... I can't begin to tell you in how long. But I shall tell you all about her some other day.
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renna must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Detloff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got a way with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detloff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Detloff. Good luck, my friend.
Splendidly, Detlaff. Ah, I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to 2 exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish this second bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out? You have exceptional friends. This Detlaff, an intriguing man to say the least.
Don't know him too well. He say much about himself?
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those I meet. I'd not survive a week at court otherwise.
So what's his?
Sensitive, sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy. He is a good man, but lost, which is why he comes across as grim.
Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain you know what you are to do.
Mm-hmm. Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Count de la Croix's mill. It stands along the Saône-Retour River, near the Cockatrice Inn. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the castle together.
자, 이렇게 해서 스토리가 일단락 되었습니다. 반전이죠. 만남 있는 자리에서 그 살인범의 정체가, 물론 살인범인지는 모르는 상태에서 만나게 되죠. 공작 부인과 살인범의 만남의 현장에 게롤트와 또 레지스가 참석을 했죠. 그래서 게롤트는 이제 던틴으로 갑니다. 던틴으로 가서 뭘 하냐면 데미안과 함께 던틴으로 가서 그 여자들을 구출해오는 작전을 펼치게 됩니다. 그래서 그 작전을 가기 위해서 옷을 갈아입어야죠. 오늘은 여기까지만 진행을 해보도록 하겠습니다. 그래서 벌써 시간이 이렇게 됐네요. 투센 다른 거야? 똑같네 이거. 이렇게. 자, 준비도 다 마무리하고 오늘 방송은 여기까지 하고 마무리를 지어보겠습니다. 오늘은 오랜만에 제가 캡처보드를 사용해서 녹화와 생방송을 하느라고 약간의 설정을 좀 하는데 시간을 많이 쓰는 바람에 라방이 방송 시작 시간이 좀 늦었어요. 하지만 또 햇님이랑 타코야키님 또 잊지 않고 와서 같이 봐주셔서 감사합니다. 다음에 29일차에 또 찾아뵙겠습니다. 다들 좋은 밤 되십시오. 다음에 봬요. 방송은 여기서 종료하겠습니다.